Legendary teams, major players, and electrifying tactical action are back in CSGO Regional Major Rankings 2021. From June 27th till July 4th, 10 teams will clash in the thrilling showdown for the prize pool of $100,000 and slots at the PGL Major Stockholm 2021. Who will win more rounds? Who will show the most furious play? And who will claim the major prize? Find out at the CSGO Regional Major Rankings 2021. And don't forget to reload.
Yes, don't forget to reload, Hawken. If you're G2, don't forget to defuse the bomb. But we're heading into this one, and we're hopping right into the action. It's map number 2, or series number 2, should I say, and Virtus.pro have arrived to the CIS RMR. One of our top teams here in attendance, one of the teams looking to try and take that top spot off some of the likes of Na'Vi, Gambit. They're definitely a team that can compete up there with the best. And coming into this, they're competing against a team that made it through in one of the last chance qualifiers, in the close qualifier, 100PingGods. We got to see this team. I was impressed by them, Hawker. How are you feeling about it? I feel like this could be real fun. But before that, we'll talk about the group standings, and we'll take a look at Group A. And Forwards, obviously, we had just watched them come out on top of their battle, and they came through and just got the 2-0. I thought for a second that we were going to a third map, but Forwards will get their win, putting them at the top of a Group A. Over on Group B, we are just about to see Virtus.pro take on 100PingGods to start things off. And Gambit, on the other stream, over on the main stream, are currently going to a third map. They just about won over on Vertigo in that overtime affair. And now they will be heading onto a third map against Namiga. So it's really up in the air how Group A will be playing out, Hawker. But Forge getting their win, getting their 3 points. It was easy on the first map, but the second was definitely a tough battle for them.
Yeah, tough fought affair on that second, but we've got to turn our attention over to this Group B, where we do have ourselves a couple of good teams. As you pointed out, we've got Virtus.pro back in action, which I'm glad about. It's been about 2 weeks since they played their last event as well, so hopefully they got a bit of time to maybe get warmed up into this, get some good practice hours in, because I think they are starting to show us the team that we know they were previously again. They hit a bit of a bad patch of form, but I think they're starting to get back to what they normally are used to playing like.
And exactly, that becomes a little bit worrying for a team like 100PingGods that have come into this one as a team who are a team that we didn't really expect much of. We didn't even know if they're going to make it through the close qualifier. They do. Honestly, in the close qualifier, they impressed me, but I think going up against a top-level team like Virtus.pro in the CIS region, it should be pretty obvious how this one should go. But we're going to jump right into the rosters and just take a look at Virtus.pro. A lot of these players don't need an introduction, but I'm going to give them one anyway. It's your Kindar, who has really made a name for himself over the last year or so. Obviously, one of the hottest prospects in this region.
Yeah, we know that he likes to get a lot of aggressive fights to go his way. I think he's been struggling a little bit more as of late. He hasn't been as good as we normally might want him to be, but that could be partly down to Virtus.pro's slump as a team. James, very passive AWPer, but very reliable. His numbers have still held up during this time period. Those are the two main men you're probably going to watch out for on VP. For 100PingGods, this is a team some of you guys might not know as much about, so I'll take you through their closed qualifier performance. They opened up with a loss against K23, but then they bounced back with a win over EC Kiev, then got another win, actually a revenge matchup against K23 to get here, and their standout player in that qualifier was Smiley. He put up a 1.23 rating overall. He looked like a real standout for this squad, but on the whole, there wasn't one player that super stood out for them. I think in general, they were a pretty well-rounded team.
Yeah, I think Smiley was the player that had a lot of impact moments for me. He was the player I like to look at the most. But we're going to jump into the map, Vito, and take a look where we're going to be playing this digital battle. Vertigo going out as the ban for 100PingGods. Virtus.pro's ban, Hawker. What are we expecting here? Never mind, it's been spoiled.
There you go. The nuke comes through. Haven't played that in the last 3 months, so not a huge surprise. That does leave Ancient open, which 100PingGods did play previously, and they beat K23 on it, but they're not going to go with that. They're going to go with Dust2, And that's something I was a bit scared about, because that's a map that both these teams actually like to pick a lot. I was thinking 100PingGods could maybe just, chuck in the Ancient, chuck in something different to maybe throw it off guard a bit. But now Virtus.pro get a really comfortable couple of maps because they get to pick Inferno, which is their second most picked map in the last 3 months.
You get a bit of a luxury here if you're Virtus.pro, right? Because 100PingGods want to bring them to a comfort ground where they can deliver some of the goods and show what they're really made of. And VP, just having a deeper map pool, are going to have an advantage here. Look at Dust2, we've seen them perform very well on this Inferno as well. Where do you think we're going for this third?
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. Well, that's decided for us. I was going to say it absolutely could be the overpass, because we saw 100PingGods play that during the qualifier and get a win against K23 on it, and show us that they can really compete against some very good teams there. They did actually lose it again when they played in the rematch, but they've played a bunch of close maps on it, and I think VP are really happy to go to Overpass too. It's been a map that they've always been pretty solid on. They've actually beaten NiP 16-4 on Overpass recently, and NiP are a good Overpass team. So that's definitely a map that I think Virtus.pro are comfortable on again. And honestly, I don't know if 100PingGods have done enough here to make VP uncomfortable. As the underdogs coming into this, I feel like you've got to make it hard for VP. And right now, I just think VP are going to be looking at this veto and licking their lips, honestly.
Yeah, it's prime for the 2-0. It's prime for the good start here for Virtus.pro. And I think that's really the expected result. We come into this and we don't really expect much out of 100PingGods, right? We want to see what they can do. We certainly would not be against a potential upset here from them, or even maybe a map stolen away. But for the realistic scoreline, we are looking at Virtus.pro taking the series. There's no denying that. They're just a different caliber of team. They're a team that play at the top of the world. And 100PingGods are a team that are trying to get there. They're trying to climb through these qualifiers. And there's a lot on the line for them in terms of what they can show against some of their own countrymen, right? This is the domestic matchup for the most part. Obviously not full Kazakhstan team over for Virtus.pro, but a majority of them will be familiar with a couple of these players, I'm sure, from playing in that region coming up as youngsters. So yeah, I'm sure they'll be very familiar in that respect. So a lot of these players probably look up to the likes of Virtus.pro. So there is quite a bit on the line, some pride as well, maybe in here for 100PingGods. Can they really deliver? Can they impress this Virtus.pro team? And I think that's the main thing they're going to get out of this. I don't really think it's realistic to expect a win in the series. I think Virtus.pro, even if they're having a bad day, should be able to get it over the line in the series. It's just about how convincing are Virtus.pro coming into this tournament. And I think it's important for Virtus.pro actually to make a statement early on, Hawka, to the likes of Gambit, to the likes of Na'Vi, because Gambit are being forced to a third map, losing one the first, having to go to overtime on the second against Namiga. So if Virtus.pro can come in here and show a strong start and really show that they are a team that not to be messed with, it could be a good start and a good confidence boost as well for this Virtus.pro side.
Yeah, and you even got Spirit in this group, who VP actually beat in their previous tournament when they played them at IEM Summer. So I think you want to get off to a good start and say, here in this group, we are going to be the team that are favorites to get #1, because Spirit themselves have not maybe had, I think, as many chances as VP on the international stage to try and prove themselves. So I feel like Spirit will be really hungry for an event like this, and we've kind of seen it in the CIS RMRs so far. Spirit have impressed us every time they've been here. Pretty sure they're #1 in the RMR point rankings right now, right? So it goes to show that they take these tournaments very seriously, and VP have to do the same.
And Spirit seem to have some sort of comfort when they're playing against other CIS teams. It works well for them. So Virtus.pro definitely need to make sure everybody's firing all cylinders, because they can start tournaments slow. We've seen that before from them. I think more recently, I remember seeing an event at FunSpark where they got off to a bad start against the CIS team in the form of 4s, and they never really got going off of that. And it took a long while, I think, after that event to really start ramping it up again. And they are starting to get back to that point where we start to consider them a deadly team again. Those entry kills are starting to work for them a little more, because we got to see them at DreamHack Masters, Alex. And watching Virtus.pro there was somewhat painful at times when those openings don't go their way. But I don't think they'll have many issues up against the likes of 100PingGods here. It's all about making a strong statement for Virtus.pro. We're hopping into Dust2. It's the map pick of 100PingGods. It's one that VP are certainly comfortable on, but we're looking forward to seeing what 100PingGods can deliver.
Let's see if they can show up and cause some issues for Virtus.pro early into this best of 3. We think this should be a fairly one-sided one. We have clear favorites, and those clear favorites are off to a good start. Buster, wow, getting 2 early kills and not wasting any time finding some early success.
That's a great start for Buster. You cannot complain about that if you're Virtus.pro. But what you need to do here for 100PingGods is find a miracle. You've lost 2 players incredibly early in the round. So there's not a fact of time that is pressuring Virtus.pro, nor disadvantages. Everything is going VP's way right now, and they decide they want to go through the mid doors, throwing a smoke down into a CT, Molotov in behind it, and running up the ramparts. It's going to be Duke for Sura. Up towards window, spots out Jane with the bomb, and it's going to be Buster with another headshot. Arrives from the tunnels, and the last 2 remaining players in this pistol round for the defense are currently over towards CT spawn, and Sanji. I love this guy. How can you not love Sanji? But he's not going to get a good start of the pistol here. He gets taken out by Iceman.
Normally, Sanji's so good with these pistols, too. Normally, that's a real strength of his, because he's got one of the higher headshot percentages in the world. A couple of kills going against VP here, but I don't think there's any way they let this round slip. The bomb is so far gone that they know they've got this one in the bag. It's all just down to seeing if you can take away these CT saves, and Yekindar may be doing just that. Long range with the Glock, finishes the job, and gives VP a good start here. I don't mind that 100PingGods went for something a bit risky early, a bit of aggression, see if you can catch your opponents off guard, but VP ain't messing about today, and Yekindar's gone with the MP5. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, the MP5 doesn't really give much play time, but we have seen a P90 today. We've seen some wild stuff throughout the close qualifiers. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can get out of this MP5. I mean, the only redeeming factor for the MP5 is it's got a silencer, and that's about it.
I'm an MP7 man, personally. I like to be loud and proud when I'm up against a weaker buy, but fair play to Yekindar.
I mean, it's quite satisfying when you get headshots with it. I remember seeing Config have a highlight round on the B side of Mirage. CT side just tapping and cleanly just taking down players to the MP5. It can be very satisfying when used properly.
We'll find out if Yekindar is an MP5 specialist in this round. Could well be flying in first as the only man with that SMG. Couple of smokes at the ready into A. Nice fast smoke to be able to quickly cut off these sorts of angles. You can one way over the top of it, but Sorrow's got a counter smoke to try and cause some chaos.
Yeah, Sorrow, this might work for him. He's going to try and play in the smoke, and he's found the bomb in the back lines. Nice kill on the Deagle. His teammates Smiley stepping up as well, and Sorrow wants another one. Luckily, Sanji not missing this time. Khalil is good for the kill, but there is Jerk for Sura. Snappy headshots, 2 down, and Virtus.pro, they tumble on the A attack. It's just Buster coming out along, and he's even been tied up as well. What a round. What a round from 100PingGods.
Pretty well played, in all honesty. I like getting that smoke down. I like that Sorrow doesn't overcommit to anything either, because he realizes he can just be so annoying. If he survives on the site for as long as possible, he's going to force VP to slowly clear out those angles and give his teammates time to set up some favorable fights for themselves, get into positions on the rotate. And then another player I think worth pointing out on 100PingGods is Duke Vasura. He's a player who likes to go really aggressive at times. He likes to just use his snappy aim to try and take early fights, and you see that he can be successful in doing so there with a brilliant couple of kills on the Deegs. And just like that, 100PingGods are in a position where they could cause VP some issues early on into this game. I think that's the best way they can go about it here. They've got their map pick early, and they've got a good chance to really just try and cause some issues for VP and throw them off guard.
Buster, he's a bit more pressure on him now with his AK. He's got to make it work, and a great opening kill for Virtus.pro. Replying from 100PingGods is to send some utility in towards short. Take that short control back. They thrive in chaos here, 100PingGods. They can create that again. Virtus.pro might have a difficult task. Got one player at Goose right now, Sorrow, with the long-range weapon of the Scout, but 2 have rotated over to the A side to help out. The Galil long-range taking kills as the MP5 that backs him up, and Jam at least getting something back here for Virtus.pro, and that's going to be the man advantage, actually, for the T side now. Under a minute left, Winter about to walk into Yakindar's deagle, and he misses the shot, not the second, though. Yakindar is better on the reply. And it looks like VP have done very well to somehow turn this round around. And Yakindar confirms, so VP, they win the pistol, they lose the force buy, but they come back swinging with one of their own.
Like the tides of the ocean, Dinko, we go back and forth at the start of this game. VP
poet,
coming
Alex.
right back. Truly, truly. A metaphor that no one has ever thought of before.
No, it's
We got a
so
force
original.
buy. Of course. You know me.
Well, the force buy wars are definitely fun to watch. Not great for the CT economy, though.
No, not great for their utility or lack of kit either, but they've won the fight on long this time. Kicker having to go through the smoke, and I thought he was going to back away, but he wanted further action, and he didn't realize there were two CTs waiting for him. So Duke Vasura wins that battle, and he's just spotted that gun pickup. Decides he doesn't want to take the fight against Jame, though, who just got that Galil into his hands.
This is a wild start to Dust2. Virtus.pro need to just catch their breath here. They're down a man again. This is an early sign that 100PingGods are not going to make this easy for VP at all. We've seen them in the close qualifiers. We know what this team are capable of. We know they have some insane individuals. K23 found that out the hard way. Maybe they're just on a tear, taking down as many of their own countrymen as possible.
Time is running out here for Virtus.pro. Smokes into this A site. No counter utility this time, so they'll have an easier time advancing towards this A bomb site. They still have to deal with the scout of Smiley, though, who was landing some shots in that prior round to help them on the hold. And here comes Duke Vasura alongside Smiley, both of them chiming in with kills. And Yakindar is so far away from the action, I don't think he has a chance here.
Oh, getting rattled, at least dies before time, but yeah, 100PingGods come back with a force by their own. What a weird start to this game it has been, Hawker. We had VP winning the pistol, losing the force buy, winning the follow-up force buy, then losing the follow-up force buy. This could just be an absolute barn burner, but luckily it looks like VP, I don't know what investment they're going to be able to get out of this. Oh, nice bomb throw there from James. I'm glad we caught that.
Getting the important stuff here at StarLadder. Giving you everything you need to keep
you
track
don't miss
of the
a
game.
thing.
Exactly.
That's probably the biggest highlight round moment there for VP.
Well, this round should not be a highlight, considering they have a grand total of $700 invested into this one, and it's all in the hands of Kicker right now. So I think the force buy wars are about to be over, Dinko.
Yeah, I would say this isn't a very great attempt from VP to try and win a force buy round here. It's not really quite a force buy, but they might be able to get a bomb plan out of it. But I think with the slow approach and kick it up in towards the top of the short area, that is going to cause that Molotov to come in and slowing the attack down for Virtus.pro. If you're going to be able to get a bomb plant, generally you're going to have to rush short and just hope that you can jump over the utility, dodge the flashes, have enough players to get the bomb planted, and then get out of there with some money. But because it's a slower round here for VP, I would say that 100PingGods are favorites just to crush them. Maybe a bomb plant's even a little too generous at this point. Duke Vasura holding out long. Kicker's quick on the deagle, but that bomb tried to slip up into the B site. Fake out in towards long, and it's not enough of a fake out to allow the bomb plant to get up in towards B. That's a very ambitious round idea, isn't it?
You've got to go for it sometimes. if when you've got such little, it's honestly worth it. And oh god, they're going to go for it at the end here. This will not work out for them. They have ran into the grinder, and that will allow 100PingGods to get some of those M4s straight back. 3-2 lead. Pretty solid start for 100PingGods. I'm happy for them. I think they needed this to start us off. But now we're going to get into the gun rounds. We've got the AWP of Jame. We've got the AK of Yakindar too. And that is something that can absolutely take over. In games like this, against the lower ranked opposition, Yakindar could be a real threat, even more so than normal.
Utility is going to slow any attempt of a quick play into the B site here for Virtus.pro. We've got Winter and Iceman both playing together, and you know, Ice and Winter generally go well together. We'll see if they can have that synergy here on the B site. With the freeze, the attack of Virtus.pro, and Jame melt through it. Iceman now needing to hold, and he's done well. Buster's head is found, but he needs a little bit more out of this, and unfortunately cannot double up. So Soro arrives to the window and denies the bomb plant safe passage, and I don't think Virtus.pro were ready for this quick push through the window as Jukes, Fasura, and Soro take all of the kills. Look at that rotation. Look at the speed of that.
Yeah, nice fast response. I like this from 100PingGods. I feel like they have come into this with a bit of a game plan to try and throw VP off in some of these rounds. And I was a bit worried when I saw the veto that they might not have that come through. But we get to see here that to start the game, they were going for a bit of aggression. Now they're going for these really fast rotations so that VP are getting caught out by how many players they're fighting at the same time. Just doing things just ever so slightly differently. And oh wow, KitKat's got the kill out onto Long. The Deegs are out, not quite in full force, but they've got a couple of them on the VP side. And you've always got to be 100% focused. You never know when those Deegs are going to strike.
Oh, Smiley. If anybody hasn't had the chance to watch this player play, just be aware his mid-door peaks are stupid. He just gets damage through the doors pretty much most rounds he gets the AWP out. He's just so good at taking these angles and choosing the right fights at the right time, never really out of position. He gets aggressive again, now drops back, another kill through the door. I'm so glad I'm talking about this because Smiley's making me look like a genius. Yakindar goes down. Nice man helping out his teammate. It's just Jame left, running towards Long. A beautiful round out of 100PingGods. Smiley, this is what I want to see. This is exactly what I want to see.
We were hyping him up in the pregame. I think it feels like he's hitting a really good level of form at the right time coming into this tournament, because that qualifier that he played was his best event in a while. And you get to see some of these shots. Style points for Smiley as he gets one through the door. And he's even had a couple of great scout shots earlier in this game too. So now that he's got the AWP, it'll be even easier for him. Flash out to Long, but no follow-up. 100PingGods are doing a solid job right now on CT side at controlling that A long position. Although the response from VP is to send Yakindar up short alone. And he is very happy to take that control for his team.
Oh, a flash into the tunnels. Winter looked to play with it, but drops back now. Sanji's about to walk into the longhouse, and waiting for him on the other side of his Juke Fasura. Sanji might just be a lit piece to the puzzle here. If VP decide to go in towards the A site, they can get that long pincer going in with the attack from short. This could be deadly, but it will come down to the defense of Juke Fasura. How many can he get as they come around the corner? Because it certainly looks like there's going to be more than just Sanji. Although, obviously, they're going to send Sanji out first. They bully that guy a little too often, but we'll see how he handles it. Juke Fasura. Going to be holding Sanji, bait for Buster. Buster gets the headshot quickly, and now Smiley repositioning to Goose. Realizes there's a long attack starting to come in as well, but he has got rifle support. Look at the mollies here from VP. They're trying to create so much pressure and force Smiley out of position, and that's exactly what they've done. Yakindar getting his spam kill down onto Smiley. Iceman's quickly rotated up again and found the bomb on the back of Yakindar.
Oh, bit of damage from Buster, but Molly on the site is buying so much time. He's got the headshot, but he's not going to get the bomb down. And that's the round done and dusted. Nothing Jame can do about it. Oh, Sorrow gets the kill just before time expires, so Jame will get that cash into the next round. 100PingGods continuing to shine right here on Dust2. I was questioning the pick somewhat, but they're proving me wrong right now. I like that they're getting that long control early in these rounds. I think it helps to have that advanced warning system on towards A so that you can adapt quickly. And again, you see pretty fast responses right now from the CTs. And I think it is important that VP take this tactical timeout here, because at this point, you're in a position where the CTs are rotating really fast. And you've got to just figure out, okay, do we need to start selling fakes? What do we do to adapt to this? Because clearly right now, the late round plays aren't working.
I don't think much is really working for now for VP. It's because 100PingGods just always had some utility left, and also I have to say how quick they make rotations. You notice on the B side when VP just pins through into the site, there's just a quick rotation not ready for it. I love how 100PingGods are playing so decisive, and I hope that continues into this first half. It looks like a fantastic start, and it will continue this way for 100PingGods. Smiley is just one of the best players I've ever seen in this mid doors. I really mean that. He really has to be one of the best openers in the mid doors, Hawker. How does he get away with this time and time again?
Oh, this time he's going to be forced away by that scout of Kicker. So far, so good from Smiley in this game. Nice shot from Sorrow, holding his angle. Not normally someone we talk too much about, Sorrow, but he's been solid to start this game. Really reliable over towards A.
Yeah.
And it's another round where VP don't get close to accomplishing their goal. They don't even get to accomplish the first step of any plan they would have had. I mean, sure, it's a half buy, but you still want to do damage. You still want to keep the CT economy in check, because 100PingGods didn't have much money at the start of this round. Now that they're going to get 5 alive here, they're going to get a good bit of money in the bank.
Buster is busted through the smoke. 100PingGods, 7 rounds, money in the bank now for Virtus.pro, and like you said, 100PingGods, because they keep 5 alive, money is also building for the CT side economy. It feels like you're going to get some gun rounds over the next few. We'll see if Virtus.pro can actually win one here, though. But this is that Smiley shot again. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that is disgusting.
James gone up to try and counter that this time, but Smiley's repositioned over to A long. Loads of flashes here though, and Buster's got all the way up to the close part of the smoke. Duke Vasura spams him back, and Smiley gets one through the smoke. So 100PingGods actually get away with the man advantage.
Another fantastic start for 100PingGods. Virtus.pro. Buster has been getting them these openings, getting them these chances, but just hasn't been good enough overall for Virtus.pro. Smiley still alive. In towards blue cart. Molotov not going to spread to Smiley's position. We can stay there, just wait out the timing, and now Jame realizes now we just need to make a play. Now we need to just crack open the defense. He makes a solo play into the B side. He gets a kill, and that does hit the panic button now for the defense of 100PingGods. Luckily, Iceman on his transition from A back over to B, he spots a player in middle and takes him out. So with 43 seconds left, Jame is holding down the fort on the B site. But that bomb is going to the A bomb site, Hawker. VP are making some elaborate strategies right now. It has to work out.
Nice shot from Jame, and maybe this is a reaction to those heavy rotations that the CTs have been going for so far. They try and play across the map, yet Kindar's able to sneak into A. Now he's in a great position for the post plant. He's already got one, but he's traded out by Smiley, and it's all VP. or in the clutch. Smiley has no clue where James coming from. He's looking at long, but the bomb's planted in the open. That makes it so hard for him. He picks up the molly, so maybe he can focus on long, but as he taps the bomb, surely James about to realize. Surely James ready.
What a round.
And indeed he is.
That's just a brilliant round from James. Just knowing that the round is done, really, unless he makes some sort of individual play, goes into the B side, he's just completely alone, has no rifle support. And we often talk about Jim being a passive AWP, maybe just waiting on the reaction of his teammate, waiting on those riflers to make the openings, and then Jim can capitalize. But that is something that Jim has done more often, I think, with this edition of Virtus.pro, is actually sometimes he can take matters into his own hands and he can get through a round like that. That's beautiful from Jim. That's something that VP just needed, but it's not really that sustainable, so it is an opportunity to start winning some gun rounds, but they need to start figuring it out.
If they could beat back the CT economy here, that would be ideal. Might just be a fast B play, though. Straight away, no time to waste.
Oh, it's been good so far from Iceman, but not this round. He's down, and Winter falls as well. Yeah, it's very good from Virtus.pro this time on the B hit. And it's so quick that 100PingGods couldn't even think about making a rotation.
Yeah, just losing those early fights is always going to put you in a problematic position like this. We see in that B hold as well that there's a chance that the CTs can quickly respond with utility when you go for those early flashes. I think that's ideally what the CTs would want to do there, but you really just have to make that decision instantly. If you're going to go ahead and try and use some counter utility to slow down the push, and if you're not fully peeked into the tunnels, you can run the risk of pulling out the nade as the VP players push you on the site. So can't blame them too much for trying to fight, but if you don't get that first kill, then it's going to be hard to do much there, because I think basically everyone in that spot is going to try and at least get one kill before they focus on surviving. And unfortunately for 100PingGods, as soon as you lose that initial fight, you are in trouble. And their economy is in a little bit of trouble here. It's not too awful for them, but it will be scraping together this buy last minute.
Yeah, Kindart still leading the way in kills. A 9 and 8 right now. He's got the AUG in play for the T side. The Jim obviously having his huge round, 6 and 7. And for 100PingGods, leading the way, Smiley, Sorrow, Chupasura. Great team play out of them. Smiley's going to get boosted up into short. I love this little run boost. Well, not so much of a run boost, but a standing boost that gets them up very quickly. Too often do we see teams take too long to get the players up into short, but this is nice. Doesn't really get anything out of it, apart from damage onto Smiley. He's received a lot of headshot on the kicker, but it's not enough for the kill. Kicker is quicker, lands his second bullet, and Chukvasura down.
And now VP can afford to slow it down. I think in some of these prior rounds, they had the issue where they weren't getting the early kill, so the late round plays weren't as easy. Now there is going to be a weakness on the CT side, but Smiley's certainly not that weakness. He's gone out to long, got yet another kill for his team, and we're instantly back into a 4v4, so VP's advantage has been snatched back away from them. Oh, this is kind of a nice fake. Kindar throwing 2 smokes on short, despite being the only player here.
Kindar not going to be moving forward in this round with 43 seconds left. They've lost a big hitter. And Smiley sitting back on the A site. Waiting for that long peek. He did have an opportunity, but it's actually the mid play from Buster that's found first. And now with Virtus.pro fizzling out to nothing but a spark. This round will reach its conclusion. Unless Jim can hit this quick shot on Sora and hope to open things up. And he has done that. He's got the kill. Smiley's still waiting, and he is quite an intelligent player, quite cerebral in how he VP plays his positions. He does well to get kickered out, but couldn't quite get the kill onto Jim. And now with 7 seconds left, Jim has to sprint for the plant. He's got to get it locked in, and they're trying to jump, deny, and they're nearly coming close to it. They do get the kill, but at least gets the bomb plant. At least there's something out of it. A silver lining somewhere in every cloud. It is still going to be 100PingGods heading up to 8 rounds. The VP, what can they do right now? They've tried a lot of different approaches. Just 100PingGods are just crushing them in the late round.
It almost feels to me there like the communication from Yakindo could have been slightly off, because I feel like if you're going to throw those 2 smokes into A like that, you've got to have the rest of your team ready to do something. Right? Maybe it's going to be the split from A long. That could work. They could be looking at short while your teammates run up long, and you could draw the attention away. But there were no VP players in position to help him there. So as he threw the smokes, he was just kind of taking a solo fight onto A, loses it, doesn't get anything out of it, then they can't make the most of it, and Smiley is still just picking his spots all across the map right now. He's winning fights everywhere.
Oh, Chukfasura. Gets out quickly, gets close, and now the attack coming in is going to be kicker that hits the deck, and Yakindo luckily getting a headshot back. But look at this, there's just always another player. It seems wherever VP go, 100PingGods just have a rotation. They just have an extra player, it feels like. The Virtus.pro just can't get through the impenetrable wall of CTs that are just wrecking them, destroying them. Buster, he is trying his best, but just 2 kills in the round, and 2 unimpactful ones as well. They don't really inspire confidence or hope even. At 9-4, as we head into the last couple of rounds of this first half, things could look dire for Virtus.pro. Although they have got a bye and a chance to redeem a few more rounds. They better hope they can get 2 here.
Flashes out onto log. Buster burning, but puts the smoke down to keep himself alive. Nade soars on him, but Buster moves ahead of it, so he doesn't take as much damage. The rest of VP also close by, and Buster almost had the chance for the headshot. Jukfasura comes through with the AK. Poor timing as he pulls out the smoke, though. Easy pickings for Yakindo, and now James got to kill his own. Finally winning that whole fight against Smiley, and Yakindo's still going. He's not ready for Sorrow, though. The trigger discipline is going to make Sorrow aware there's only one man here.
Yakindo dead to right, Sorrow holding for as long as he possibly can.
Oh, they're going to come long. Oh my god.
There's no way
they expect this.
There's no way this happens. Sorrow, 2 players in front of him now, a 3rd spotted as well. They haven't seen him. 1, he couldn't quite get the 2nd, and Yakindo somehow survives. Poor Sanji, what has he done? What has he done in life to deserve this? But anyway, Winter in the 1v2 can still win this round out for 100PingGods. Jim and Yakindo are extremely low on health. The gap in the smoke, a 2nd comes in to negate that problem, and Winter goes to the other side. There is a gap here. And with 30 seconds left, he knows Virtus.pro have got to go. They might just find Yakindo with the timing. The timing as he looks away, Yakindo walks past him and he gets up into the site. But with 1 jump shot landing, maybe 1 or 2, it'll take Yakindo out of play. And James not looking this way right now, so there's a window of opportunity for Winter to get out. But as soon as that happens, James takes the peek. And every timing goes against Winter there. So unlucky there in the clutch. He could have done it.
Oh, that's a frustrating round for the CTs. The Kazakh team had a real chance of having a highlight moment there, having some incredible moments for their individuals. It is difficult to have the target selection, and it's a real shame for him that James jumps up the way he did.
Yep.
It makes it much more difficult to get that 2nd kill. If only he'd have focused Yakindo, it probably would have been the 2K straight away, but not this time round, and VP will take that all day. They'll take whatever they can get right now. They finally get a 5th round on the board, and they put 100PingGods down to a weaker bye for the last round of the half.
Oh, Smiley, that is an extremely tight angle. Yakindo very lucky to be able to choose that fight. Kicker getting the trade kills. Yakindo setting up utility. Sorrow decided to peek out of CT spawn. So VP, they actually have a really good opportunity now to close out this half 9-6. Basura walking through the mid door somehow, some way, not getting that kill. And there has been a few unlucky scenarios in the last 2 rounds now for 100PingGods. VP are not going to be complaining about that. They need everything. And Molotov not really working out. Winter is going to start spamming. Kicker's so low. A couple of those shots that may just connect through the smoke will get the kill immediately. Iceman, oh, nice headshot. Jammed down towards top mid. But now they're aware of the last 2 remaining CTs. They're going to turn their attentions towards B and try and close out this half of the 6th round. But Winter's up towards window.
Oh, Winter, yeah, tries to move in, but VP are wise to his positioning, wise to his aggression. It's a 9-6 half. VP salvaging a fair few rounds at the end there, but all in all, the underdogs will be delighted with how this is going so far. And now they get a chance to come through on their T side.
Just an update over on the mainstream. We obviously were watching Gambit versus Namiga over there with Vince and Moses. It just reached its conclusion with Gambit taking a 2-1 win in the series. They won 16-3 on Dust2 and won 15 T rounds in a row to close out the first half 15-0. A little bit of a comeback for Namiga to get 3 rounds on the board, but 1 CT round was won across the entire match. Or map, should I say.
Yeah, the first 2 maps were crazy close. There was a couple of CT rounds, one of those, but last one sadly being a bit more one-sided. Still a pretty good showing from Namiga though, showing they will be a competitive team throughout. Here we go, back into the game here in Group B. 100PingGods with a slight lead. No fights so far that have been decisive. VP have a fair few players stacked on long though. These USPs would love a quick headshot at range, but they're not getting given those clear chances, really.
Smiley has taken that first kill for the T side, but Kicker peeking up, spots the bomb, a second clean kill down in towards CT spawn, and Kicker is trying to select every target. Eventually, he goes down, and it is still a 2v2, even after Kicker's hard work. Enough kills to come in by Smiley to make this a winnable round. Another headshot from Smiley. This guy's unbelievable. This guy's so good. I've been loving watching Smiley. Back in the close qualifiers, he just had highlight moments after highlight moments here on Dust2, and he's continuing it against Virtus.pro. I think I remember saying something along the lines of, okay, 100PingGods, you know, when they head to the mid event, I don't really know how they're going to fare against the likes of Virtus.pro, against the likes of Gambit. Well, Smiley's showing he can compete with the best of them.
Ooh, scout shot through the mid doors. Seen him land some of those on the CT side already. Not on the T side this time, but it's only against the pistols anyway. Not a massive issue. They should be fine to deal with these. Maybe not, though, because they've lost that first fight, and an AK goes into the hands of Kicker, the one man with the Kevlar.
Definitely the player you want to have the weapon. Although it is still 3 USPs for Virtus.pro. So 100PingGods should not be stressing too much just yet. It might change though, because Kicker trying to play over this smoke. He hasn't been able to spot anything. So he starts preemptively spamming his rifle and doesn't get anything out of it. So Jam under the window. There's nothing you can do about that. Duke Basura flies over the top of him, headshot connected. And Kicker, he's got a double on his AK. He would need a lot more out of it because Sanji's still just down on the deagle. They've got to hope they can get an opportunity here on the exit. Saving the AK is obviously prime opportunity for Kicker, so he's going to run away and save that, and Sanji's going to hang around on the extremities of the B-bomb site, holding for a wandering T player. But I think for 100PingGods, they realize our economy's not very good right now. We don't want to give away anything, so they probably should exit into the tunnels together.
Ooh, good shot from Sanji, who's generally a reliable player with this weapon, with the D. Likes to do a good bit of work, and he proves it again with a great second shot. Smiley nearly dies to the bomb there, but just about gets away. He's only saving a Galil, though, while Kicker saves an AK for the CT side. So not too bad for VP, doing a good bit of damage, putting themselves in a pretty good position, but now they've got to win this round to really start to build something here. Otherwise, Dust2 could easily get way too far out of hand.
We gotta see a complete turnaround from Virtus.pro, and this CT side has to look completely different than their first half. Smiley continuing his confidence, but this time gets punished. Yekindar blinded, still hits the headshot through the smoke, and James is posted up in the common open position at short, and that's Soro getting taken down through the edge of the wall. Two-man advantage for Virtus.pro at the start of round 18. An incredibly important round for the start of the second half. Soro has got through those double doors, but that Molotov will separate him off, and he's going to have to use a smoke to get away from that.
.3v5. At this point, it may be worth taking a risk for the T's. The dry peek into A is kind of tempting right now, but little do they know, James is still just holding an angle with that ult. I think for Virtus.pro, no need to do anything too silly here. You can see them sticking in their setup. They're actually even pushing the B tunnels as we speak. So the CTs will start to realize the B play won't be happening. It's going to be an A-sided push. And that means these A-side hold players should be even more prepared. They may not be needed, though, if Kicker gets this timing right.
Saved AK from the last round, and it's getting rewards. Kicker taking Winter. Jam finally crumbles, but Sanji should be avenging. Oh, he should be. But Iceman turns around and headshots him very quickly indeed. Virtus.pro, they win the round, and it's a 3K out of Kicker in this one. We said they needed a good round down. They've gone and done it. Now they got to string them all together and really try and suffocate any momentum and confidence that 100PingGods have built up throughout that first half, and there's going to be a lot of it. It's not an easy feat, you know, coming back into this for Virtus.pro. It's still looking very good for 100PingGods, but they get the CT side going, not what Virtus.pro can do on the defensive side.
This is a bit of a hallmark of the 100PingGods playstyle too. They kind of like these force buys where a lot of teams would not go for this sort of investment. But it is a full investment from the T's in this round, and it's just needs in a scout to show for it. So big round here, and Smiley Scout already delivering. Thankfully, James able to fight back with the superior sniper. It's quickly turned into a 4v4, and James gonna even nade that rifle further away so the T's can't get it.
No mercy at all. No scraps, no donations. No one's getting anything for 100PingGods. You've already got a Smiley. What else do you want? Just the consistency of landing the shots through the doors is just ridiculous from Smiley. Has to be one of the most frustrating things as a player to just get buying through the door like that. Looks like they want to turn their attentions up towards the A side. Sanji will be playing out long, his teammate Jim on the cart. And a rotation of VP starting to come close to that A site now. 100PingGods is about to get messy for them. They've got to get rid of Jim.
Oh, and they haven't done so. First shot lands. Doesn't even go for much more. Just throws a flash and falls back. Kicker's the man tasked with holding off the push to the site itself, but James landed another shot. Kicker did not realize they're so far up. Oh, missed shot from James. Won't be costly. P250 serves him well as the sidearm. And now VP can really get rolling here. It's got to be the save this time for the T side. No other option.
And this is VP taking the first steps to smothering the 100PingGods. Breaking down the economy, breaking down the morale. And Yekindar start building up some money with that MP9 as well. It's the perfect round to send him off to do this kind of thing. Stewart gets away his position with a deagle. Doesn't even matter. I love that. That's straight up baller. He gets away with that kill. Sanji and Buster getting 3 kills between them. Just leaving Smiley. He's just got a Glock though, so you don't have to fear him too much here. And Sanji has a great round, 3K out of Sanji's M4A4. Virtus.pro now up to 11-9. We're getting to see some of the highlight shots coming in. through those mid doors throughout this game. It has been a battle of the snipers at times, and JM obviously having a great round here. But Smiley, because of the amount of investments, like you said in the previous, where they have this hallmark play of going for some investments, that puts Smiley on the scout a lot instead of the AWP.
Yeah, it's a really risky play style at times, which I don't see many other teams going for. Uh-oh, aggression from Yakinda. He's starting to feel it now. Getting aggressive into the lower tunnels, but Jukefasora swings with the Galil and is able to get him out of there. Buster's pushed in through upper tunnels though, and he snuck into the corner.
They're gonna check this. Oh, they can't be ready for that. Winter was walking slowly. I thought he was gonna check into it, but it's brilliant from Buster. 2 kills taken quite quickly, and now it is just Smiley. This is more like it from Virtus.pro. And we do often see the Virtus.pro side have quiet T-halves and then go into the CT side and really ignite themselves. It would be nice to just see them play well on the T side and the CT side, though, and I think they would certainly feel the same way. I don't think we're alone in wanting to see that. 100PingGods definitely didn't make it easy for them in the first half. And now we hop into this one. It's always going to be difficult to get control of the economy with the constant force buying strategy. So 100PingGods actually going for a bit more of a conservative approach. They still invest quite a bit, but they leave money in the bank account.
Should still be capable of some damage, or at least making the round somewhat concerning. So far, VP have looked fairly comfortable on this CT side. Hasn't been a massive amount of action towards B, but this round that's going to change. We've got the push early. Buster and Kicker both getting early kills. Buster going back for more, locks it down with the AK. Solid stuff on the B side.
Well, we're tied up just like that. The first half of brilliance from 100PingGods quickly turn into a 11-11 scoreline with VP. Just machine has really got going here in the second half. The defense is looking very good. I mean, there was signs of individuals looking quite solid as well, I think, throughout the first half from Virtus.pro. I just don't think the late rounds really clicking that well, so it wasn't like anybody was really having a slow day individually. I think that was always inevitable to happen going into the CT side, that we would see a better performance out of them. And it's just a little unfortunate to see it being such a strong performance that 100PingGods haven't really stood a chance. But a big part of that, it has been because they haven't had the best of buys, and now they have. They've got an AWP out for Smiley. They've got everybody on an AK, and they've got utility. So if they are to win a round, this is their best chance to do it.
Let's see if they can finally find a bit of success in these CT gun rounds. That's more like it. Yakinda down to 14 health before the round has even really begun. He's been a thorn in their side so far, so that's a lovely way to start things. Might not know that they've done that damage, but still a good start. Smoke put into mid. Bit of map control being taken by the team side. Fairly standard so far. Looks like they are happy to keep the pace slow initially in this round.
Jim watching for the boost. It's not coming up. No boost to be found. And the smoke execute out on towards Catwalk. Under a minute in play. 100PingGods. They've got their default stance, and that is taking that short control. They've still got utility left. 3 smokes, a couple of flashes. Something they need to do is get Jim off the angle, make sure that he's not able to shut them down as he's done so often. This time he's playing from Goose. Flash is going to go up. He's got rifle support from the ramp, but Jim is going into a nice angle here. He strikes for 1. Drops back in behind cover and tosses a smoke down as well to give him a fallback plan to change up his position so that he's not stuck in Goose. And now pushing forward, Jukefasora quickly in with a double kill. Sanju and Jim both down, and that's enough for the round win. What a double out of Jukefasora.
That's what they've been waiting for. And I think that's what he can do. In the early portions of the round, Jukefasora, or the early portions of the push, I should say, because the push came so late into the round, but he can have those early impactful frags that are oftentimes so important in determining the round. We saw it quite a few times in the closed qualifier. Now we're seeing it against one of the best teams in the tournament. 100PingGods back into the lead, but there's still plenty of cash on the VP side, and that's going to be a real issue as we go on into this game. The Teaser are going to have to keep on winning gun round after gun round, at least a couple more, before you even think about causing a concern for that CT economy. So they're not playing on easy mode here, but they've got themselves off to a good start with that well-taken A play. First shot, so nice, man.
Yeah.
Against the AWP,
so
too.
Good.
Like, the AWP's holding the angle, so it basically has to be the one-shot headshot, or he's probably going to get a chance to fire back.
And the cool thing is well, Jim made the perfect play. That was exactly what he needed to do, but sometimes you just get headshotted. There's nothing you can do about that. Yekindar taking a lot of damage at the start of this round, and Smiley as well receiving similar amounts, actually. Just by 1 HP is the difference. Yekindar on 11. Oh, Jim did spawn the head of a player up there. Suicide. Oh, Smiley, a little taste of his own medicine. And Jim likes that.
Oh, Iceman making a bit of a noise. Flash forces Jame off the angle, though, so no wallbang yet. 55 seconds. 100PingGods happy to run down the clock yet again. This time we could well see VP play retake on that A site, though. They still have a bit of utility left. And with the man advantage, playing retake on A is a very real possibility and a very real way you can come ahead and come through in this round, especially when you have those couple of mollies left.
29 seconds. Utility starting to come on up. Sanji. He's going to be on the ramp. He's got utility as well to delay the plants. They're going to throw Molotovs themselves. Jim flashed away. He can cover off Sanji. And keeping Sanji alive actually might just assure the round win. But there he goes up. Sanji with his kill couldn't get the molly out in time. That could have changed the face of the round, but it doesn't. And the bomb plant comes in and the kills all come in as well for 100PingGods. Just down in milliseconds. If Sanji got that incendiary out, maybe it's a different story. But even then, he looked to be dead. So, a great round from 100PingGods. They get the guns out, essentially, and it's just been a uphill battle immediately for Virtus.pro.
They saved their utility so well, but with 100PingGods dropping down in towards spawn like that, there was no real chance to play retake. Smiley's got another one through the mid doors. This man doesn't miss.
No, this guy, I really can't think of another offer that does this kind of damage through those doors as consistently that I've seen recently. It's ridiculous, and Iceman just getting a double as he walks out long. It's put Jim and Yekindar. They've gone for the double up setup. They've invested so much into this one, and they are just being handed death at every turn. Jim and Yekindar are off to save their weapons. It's 14 rounds for 100PingGods. This is just 100PingGods playing a very good Counter-Strike as well. Virtus.pro are playing well. It's not like VP are playing badly and the individuals aren't hitting their shots. James had some nuts rounds. We've had some really good moments out of pretty much everybody. But it's 100PingGods. They're just doing ridiculous things.
Yeah, so high level from the individuals right now on the squad. And that makes a huge difference on Dust2 especially. If you can get a bit of an overperformance, it's a map that's open for those kills to completely turn around. Especially here on the T side, the CTs can be stressed out so easily by just 1 or 2 kills. 14-11. 3-round lead. 2 AWPs saved, but VP's money is finally starting to come back again.
Oh, this was the openings. Iceman getting safely across the blue, jumps out immediately, doesn't stay in that. And I love that confidence leaking out of him. Attack. Timeout coming in for Virtus.pro. And there's the scoreboard I'm talking about, right? There's no one really underperforming. If you compare the scoreboards, they're pretty even in terms of the kill count from for both teams. Maybe even a little better. No, just about average, I think, for both teams. It's very, very equal in terms of how they're performing. In terms of getting kills, it's just 100PingGods are just doing some ridiculous things and forcing VP to save a lot.
Now the pressure's on for VP. We said that Dust2 is quite a comfortable map for them. Well, it's not been comfortable enough so far. Long commitment early. Smiley's got the opener again, and now the B site is so weak. It's a FAMAS for Yakinda, who has to hold.
Yeah, he's let one run past, and now another. They go past him. They haven't spotted Yakinda just yet. He could shut this down, but no! Dust2 is so quick on the reply, and Yakinda can't do anything about that. He needed more than one there, Hawker. He just needed it. And Virtus.pro retaking his B site is difficult at the best of times. Never mind a man down with barely any utility. Virtus.pro, the walking wounded, and it's looking like Dust2 might just go 100PingGods way very quickly.
I didn't think the skill was just going to stack up this well for 100PingGods, but their players are playing so well individually. Maybe it is a bit of the rust for VP, who knows? They have had 2 weeks off of officials. Maybe it's just going to be a Dust2 thing, because this map is open for those individual duels to make a big difference, but whatever you want to say, you've got to give a lot of props to 100PingGods for the way they played here. Winter going in for the spray, one more gun removed. At least VP saved 2, but they have to win 4 in a row just to take us to overtime. And because of that, they're taking another tactical timeout, a much needed one.
Oh, Smiley. I can't believe I haven't heard of this guy up until the qualifiers, to be honest, Hawker. He's unbelievable. I can't wait to see more of him. I think a lot of teams are going to feel the wrath of Smiley in this tournament if this is how Virtus.pro are being dealt out in the first map. I said this is all about Virtus.pro making a statement. This is all about Virtus.pro coming into this and telling us how confident, how structured, and how good they're looking coming into this event. And right now, they're about to lose the first map. I didn't expect this to happen.
Dust2 has also just been so impressive. The way he's getting these kills and the early frags he's finding. That's another tag on the cross, by the way. Buster down to 31 health. Again, Smiley's so good at landing these shots through the doors early. But James got a chance to try and fire back here. There are players just around that corner. Do they throw a flash as they go round, though? Oh, or is James just going to go aggressive? This is so ballsy. They're pushing B tunnels too.
Yeah. And Winter, he's going to hold for it. Yakinda needs to win the draw. At least gets a trade as Buster. He's just about got that trade as well because he only got out on 4 HP. I think at this point for VP, you have to go for risks. You have to try and do something different. It's going to be James. Close short, good kill off the ledge and drops down into CT spawn. Has 2 riflers inside of the A side as well. 100PingGods is the most likely path to defeat in the round if they go into the A side. So they're going to try and work it in their favor. They like a challenge, and they've got the first kill onto Sancho, and Kicker's not looking the right way. Luckily, the smokes come up, and that'll actually keep him alive. He's still focused in towards short as Jam backs out of spawn. They're going to regroup, restructure, and think about how they're going to play the retake. They have got the man advantage. Bomb is not planted for long. It's currently planted on the default box in the safe side for Smiley. Sorrow has taken up position at car, and there's a player coming out long here with the AWP. And it's going to be Jam trying to get out long. He's done very well to find that car pick, so it's all on Smiley. Can he do it with this AWP? He's been an absolute animal so far, but this would be monstrous. Spots one. That's a quick shot. His time is now ticking. They have to try and find him. He's so close to the second pick. The wallbang's nearly coming through, but just couldn't quite get it onto Kicker. They've got to find the bomb, and Kicker's going to get onto it with the kit. It's going to be close. He's going to run it down. And he's got it for Virtus.pro. They stay alive. It's not done yet.
Oh, for a second, I thought Smiley was going to do it. It looked so good when he got that first kill, but the second shot slightly off. If he gets that one, the time would have been so tricky for James to come back into. But thankfully for VP, they win that fight. 100PingGods will have to go ahead and fight one more at a minimum. Smiley this time, not landing the shot on the cross. Finally, VP crossed safely. Long control has very quickly been taken by the T's here, though. VP have focused on short instead, and Yakindar's even pushing lower tunnel.
Still ready for Yakindar's push, but it doesn't even matter because Yakindar has more accurate aim right there. Winter, unfortunately, not placing his crosshair in the right spot, and that does cost him. And now Kicker waiting for the swing. Waiting for his time to go around this corner, waiting on a flashbang potentially. He's gonna throw the Molotov down himself. CT's going to keep one here for 100PingGods, one that you don't need to double cross. Just one piece of utility deep into a CT spawn. Sanji gets hard cleared. The kills start to come in, but it's going to be Virtus.pro who still holds the advantage. And Yakindar goes through the smoke. Okay, Yakindar, that's ridiculous. Gets both headshots, and he makes that kind of play in that kind of round. That is why they've got Yakindar.
My God, Yakindar starting to show us what he can do. Throughout this CT half, it's felt like he's started to just slowly build into it. And now we're seeing him hit the heights that we know he can. Can he keep on going, though? Because 100PingGods still have another bye into this one. If they lose here, then maybe round 30, the last round of regulation, could be weaker. But for the time being, the bye generally looks good across the board. This time round, no aggression from VP early. They haven't got Yakindar pushing into lower. They haven't got some crazy play to get them the early advantage. It's a default from both teams across the map, with the T's taking the mid control, as is quite commonly the case.
And this is only map 1 of this series, and it's already delivered so much for both teams. And they're deep into short. Smiley getting out of dodge to try and negate the amount of damage that can be inflicted. 50 seconds left. Yakindar, the wild man of the last round, is up at window. And it looked like there was an option for 100PingGods to go into mid to B, but holding it for the meantime. They're going to start to short execute. The smoke's out. Dropping down now. The bomb will go up into the B split. They're going to try and sell out the A fake into the B split via tunnels and up the B ramp. Yakindar's got the first pick. Kicker gets aggressive, but Sora wins the battle. And Yakindar, he's still got his teammate in here. This attack for 100PingGods has somewhat come to a halt. And Virtus.pro have the man advantage, and the positional advantage is up until that point because Buster re-peeked up. Yakindar now has so much to do, and he goes down. Iceman on the double, and they just about take the B site. This might just be enough now for 100PingGods. They get the final 2 kills on the B site defense, and now they've got the post plant. Smiley spots Sanji jumping around the corner, trying to bait out the shot. He's doing it again, but Smiley does not fall for this. He does not fall for the fake shot, and now they jump across. He hits it. He's so quick, he gets that shot off. And now it is just Jim, confirmation of the last remaining player in the tunnels. He walks forward, the Molotov in to clear out the backside. It's a missed shot from Smiley, and Jim has to go for it all. He starts to run in, starts to clear Clar, but it's not going to be enough. Sora with the headshot, and it is Virtus.pro who fall on Dust2. 100PingGods are here to play at the RMR, Alex, and I was not expecting a map win.
Yeah, and Iceman at the end coming through with 2 crazy kills. I thought Yakindar had it. I thought Yakindar had that initial kill to help them on the hold, but Iceman drops down, hits the headshot, and honestly, that was the story of this game for 100PingGods. It mainly was the individual outplays, the headshots all across the board that got them this win, and that is so impressive against a stacked VP team.
Yeah, definitely. I think when you're coming into this VP, like I said, Alex, it's all about making a statement into this, showing us how strong they're going to be coming into the event, and they just have fallen flat on Dust2, a map that we say they can play. Usually, they're okay on this map. They're somewhat capable, but when you're going up against Smiley, it seemed like no one was ready for what he was able to pull off.
Yeah, honestly, and again, Duke Fasura, I think actually may have even ended as the top fragger. Smiley obviously having huge impact himself. Duke Fasura doing a lot of early round work, and I think Iceman was more towards the mid of the pack, but they all did great, and now who even knows what's going to happen on the next maps?
Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to go to a short break, and we'll be right back with the action after this. We're heading to map number 2. We'll see if Virtus.pro can bounce back, or will it be an upset to start off the day here. It is an incredible time here at the StarLadder RMR, and we're only on day 1. Join us after the break.
Командам мы еще не готовились, но мы примерно понимаем картину, так как следим за сценой. Примерно понимаем, кто как играет, кто что любит. Так что я думаю, мы будем готовы и непосредственно перед каждым матчем будем уделять больше времени. Мы готовились к StarLadder, как обычно, много играли, много разбирали. Отличие, как я и говорил, то, что мы собрались на базе, все пятером. StarLadder тоже для нас, как бы, очень много мы играли на турнирах StarLadder. И последний мейджор был организован StarLadder'ом. Я думаю, все будет окей. Ну, ничего прям супер необычного нету. Но и прям повтора, что всегда мы что-то меняем, что-то пробуем, что-то о чем-то говорим. Так что не бывает там одинаковых турниров. Единственное то, что это цикл отбора на мейджор, и он придает дополнительную мотивацию сыграть хорошо. Мы играем, чтобы побеждать. Мы хотим побеждать и выигрывать все, где мы участвуем. И, безусловно, мы хотим попасть на мейджор и делаем все ради этого. Поэтому я думаю, что даст Бог, все будет хорошо, и было бы неплохо попасть на этот мейджор и сыграть на лане, так как это самый большой турнир в нашей индустрии и, наверное, в нашей жизни. Так что тут вопрос, вот, конечно, безусловно, мы хотим поиграть и победить на нем.
Мы почти вообще не успели еще готовиться именно к определенным оппонентам, мы еще не готовились. Я считаю, что победители турнира пока не стоит загадывать. Как уже понятно было по предыдущим РМРам, любого может выиграть среди СНГ, и любая команда может закончить с победой в финале. Поэтому сложно сказать. Я бы сказал, что есть определенные фавориты, и уже посмотрим, как пойдет. Я считаю, что особенно после того, как мы ехали все на буткемп, я команду не видел год. То есть я как вступил в Virtus.pro, я ни разу не видел свою команду. Ну, именно пока я играю за Virtus.pro. И я считаю, что этот буткемп нам должен очень, очень помочь в плане и моральной составляющей, и вообще игровой составляющей. И я считаю, что мы сейчас, если не в лучшей форме, то очень близко к ней. Я могу сказать, что будут определенные новые моменты и в игре, которые вот как раз на StarLadder будут. Так как это первый турнир после изменений, многие зрители увидят какие-то, которые реально следят, они увидят какие-то изменения. А так, в принципе, ничего такого, кроме, наверное, какого-то внутреннего осознания нашего, внутреннее осознание нашего, из-за того, что мы прилетели на буткэмп, как бы люди замотивировались больше работать, все мы. И мы рады быть тут и рады быть вместе. И, наверное, более голодно отнесемся к этому турниру.